She found out and basically told me it's me and the family or we're done. Yeah, since then I haven't had a drop.
People don't want to hang out with you in the military if you're sober.
If you are sober, you're like shunned from everything.
So you guys met, and how long? Oh, you went to Germany. Were you working for the military when you were in Germany?
There we go.
And so I just transferred my reserve unit to the one that was there next to the base in Germany.
What sort of work do you do? There's a lot to be talked about. I was dating this guy who was in the army, right? He comes over and I was like, "Oh, what did you do today?" And he's like, "Oh, I can't tell you." I'm like, "Cool, like make something up." I don't know.
Make something up. I don't give a shit.
I can't tell you. And then he ended up being like, "I can't see anymore. Like I just need to have like." I need to find someone I have a connection with. I'm like, well, how the fuck are you going to find a connection with anyone if you
don't talk to
What
him.
did you do today? Oh, I can't tell you. And then it just like finishes there.
So the guy that I was dating when I met Michael, that was 100% how he was. He was deployed, and he was like acting like it was like some super secret mission and like all this like, I don't know, like James Bond. They get back, and I'm talking to his friend Winter, who I'm also really good friends with, and he was like, "You were overpaid fucking security guards sitting on our asses, doing not a goddamn thing."
The cool thing is, like, you know, my grandpa and uncles who served in World War II and Vietnam, like, no one can beat them.
Oh, that's our kids.
No? Oh.
They're good at using the horn.
You had to let us know that they're here.
What the heck? So what was the first time you heard of going to Ecuador?
When our friends Justin and Aaron did it.
Do you remember that first conversation you had with each other? Like,
Well, so it kind of like, so it starts with their story. So they, 10 years ago, like 11 years ago now, they thought about moving to South America when her husband got out of the military. And they let her family talk them out of it. So fast forward 10 years later, our friends Zach and Alex go to South Africa on like a really cool like discovery vacation. And they come back and we're sitting at a bonfire and we're talking about it. And then this whole idea of like almost moving to South America 10 years ago comes up. And so we're talking about that and we have the conversations and laughs, yada, yada, whatever. And then the next like few days, Jess is like, I can't stop thinking about South America, all of this other. And she starts looking up the idea of them potentially moving to South America again. 3 or 4 weeks go by and she was like, hey, we're having a realtor come look at our house. And I was like, wait, what? And she was like, yeah, like we're going to see like what our numbers are. We're going to do like a discovery trip to see where we want to go. And we just kind of like watched that unfold for them. And like within 6 months, they were selling their house and moving to South America. So like we always joked about like coming down here with them one day and how like that would be really cool and stuff. And then I was pregnant with twins at the time as a surrogate, and we were able to use that money to pay off a lot of our debts. We weren't planning on doing anything. Like we weren't actually planning on moving. We were looking at him re-enlisting and like all these different options. But then right after I gave birth is when he got hurt. And then shortly after that is when we found out that he was going to be having hip surgery. And we were like, oh, wait, hold on. You could qualify for VA. And then we found out about the benefits before discharge program. And it was like the dominoes just kept falling. And we kept finding out about one thing after another. And it all perfectly aligned for us to be like, let's sell our house and move to South America and get out of the military. And so like, that's exactly what we did. We just, after I gave birth, we listed our house for sale. And within 6 months, we sold our house. And then for the last month, visiting family, and he was moving into his, that was still in Florida there. And then me and the boys were headed here, and he was headed back to Florida to finish working.
Fucking nightmare.
Oh my God, yeah, that was a nightmare.
Wow, it's been such a journey.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get onto the surrogate. That could be another topic. But like, at what point in this journey did you go sober, Michael? What?
Oh God, this was
this before your injury? What you know?
Yeah, this is way before the injury.
Because it's 2 years now. You've been sober for almost 2 years. Wow, that's amazing.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. Was I sober before?
Almost. Yeah, you were sober before. Yeah.
Yeah, because
You were already in
2023 and then 2024 is when.
Yeah,
you were already in therapy at that point.
This is the interesting topic because obviously I'm sober. I've got some beautiful sober friends. Michael's story has inspired me. And what your drinking like look like compared to mine. But Was there like a point in your life where you realized like, oh, this has gotten out of hand, or were you like sort of in denial? Because I feel like I was in denial until I stopped and like looked back on it. It's like, oh shit, like, or did you have a number of points like?
I realized it was getting out of hand when I was hiding it from her, and then I was having a beer on the way home from work. Kind of when
While driving on the interstate.
Oh yeah, me too. Full disclosure, yeah.
Like hiding it from her. She found out and basically told me it's me and the family, or we're done. Yeah. Since then, I haven't had a drop.
That's amazing. There's one thing, I guess, to like give up the alcohol and then like, you know, change your life. I do feel like you have really, I guess, stepped into that. Like, and yeah, I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Like,
I'm proud of you. It's hard.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that, like, I really think that our paths crossed for a reason. And the timing that they did, because we are your sober friends, and it's so important to have that word right in the very beginning. And so I think that it was really important that our pals like that when they did. Like, the timing was just so
definitely.
divine.
And I think even just feel like just seeing you guys as a family and seeing you with the boys, and like, you know, my dad struggled with alcohol and with, you know, partying, drugs, everything, like, you know, my whole life. And like it's easier said than done, and like choosing your family and choosing your children is,
Yeah.
you know, it's not something that you just wake up one day and do. It's something that you do every single day. And
Hi.
Oh, really proud of him. Yeah.
we're proud of you.
Hey.
Everyone comment below, proud of you, Michael. He would love that.
I mean, alcoholism like runs heavy in my family, so it's like I'm the first one to break it. Everyone else still drinks. I quit while I was in the military, which is even harder to do because you don't really have the support system. Because everyone drinks.
Yeah, right.
Every day I was asked, "Hey, you want to go to the bar?" I was like, "No, I don't drink. Stop asking."
He'd call me right when he'd get off work. He'd call me and he'd be walking. One of his buddies would run up and be like, hey, are you headed home? And he'd be like, yo, it's Friday. Like, do you want to go out to like, your wife would be fine with it. We know she's chill. Like, she would say, yes, you could go out to the bar with us. And I mean, I'd be like, yeah, you can go if you want. And he'd be like, no, I'm fine. Like, and this was before, you know, he stopped drinking and stuff. And I'd be like, yeah, no, it's fine. Like, you can go, because I wanted him to have those friendships and stuff. But it was just, I mean, everything. If you invited anybody, at least this was our experience within the military, but like we tried so many times to invite like his military comrades, I wouldn't even call them friends, acquaintances. Okay. But anyway, okay, hey, baby, we're trying to talk right now.
And then we'll do something fun afterwards, okay?
Right after, okay?
Thank you so much. You're the best. You can come and sit here.
So anyway, we would invite his.
No, but see, no, sorry. Hey, listen. This is where it's recording, so you can't be there because it's very, very loud. You can come and do this. Let's head up over here. You guys keep talking about the journey, and I'll distract the tone. Go on for mate. Come.
Which journey?
Where was I?
Which?
Oh, I'll wait for you. Yeah, so the guys in his unit and stuff, when we would like want to have them over to like come hang out, like a barbecue or like Mother's Day or Father's Day or like, you know, anything like, because we know that those guys didn't have their families around, and so we'd be like, hey, like let's them invite them, you know, for like something like this, like a family day or whatnot. And like just like, yeah, I don't know, like genuine or wholesome or whatnot. And we'd be like, you know, bring your own beer, whatnot. We didn't care. And they would get so belligerent drunk in front of my kid. Like, okay, look, I don't care if you're like sitting here having a few beers, drinking, having a good time, but like getting that drunk in front of children, it was too much. And it's just like, it's the culture. And then like they realized that we didn't drink like that, so then they stopped coming around altogether.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It's like if you are sober and
People don't want to hang out with you in the military if you're sober.
you're like shunned from everything.
It's similar to Australia, like,
Oh my God.
it's very like,
But God forbid you smoke a little ganja and like, ding ding. Surrogacy.
being a surrogate.
Hi, I was a surrogate for 2 dads, and I gave birth to twins, and they weren't exactly twins. Like, they were twins in the sense that they were gestational twins, but they were actually half brothers because the dads got donor eggs from the same woman, and each dad fertilized eggs. And so, like, dad A got like 6 eggs or whatever, and dad B got like 7 eggs or whatever. And they took 1 egg from dad A and 1 egg from dad B and put them both inside of me at the same time.
1 embryo?
Yeah, 1 embryo from dad A and 1, or yeah, egg. Not egg, embryo, yes. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is some fruity dad.
Yes, 1 embryo from dad A and mom, and 1 and biological mom.
Does that have the same donor mum?
Yeah. So 1 embryo from dad bio mom and 1 embryo from dad B and bio mom. And they put both of them inside of me at the same time. And so they were gestational twins, but they were not. They're not twin. Like, they look nothing alike. So let me show you a picture.
That's amazing. That's amazing that we can just put a picture in.
Well, yeah, but I want to show you the picture.
You
while
showed
we're
me.
talking. Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did show you. I forgot.
But
Well, and so there's a name for it. It's superfundication heteropaternal twins.
again,
Superfundication heteropaternal twins.
that sounds super fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Superfundicalid.
When did you decide to do this? Like, how did this come about?
So, oh gosh, I don't even know what year it was. 20.
2022. It was near the end.
Yeah, I was like near the end of 2022. And my friend, she was looking into surrogacy. And I was like, oh, that's a really cool idea. And like, I was like, yeah, that's for you, not for me. Like, I didn't necessarily like enjoy being pregnant. I had like blood pressure issues and stuff. I mean, not issues, but like enough to be like, okay, that wasn't fun. And my friend Summer got denied. And, or not denied, but like, okay, hold on. I got this story like a little. So when she applied, she like basically talked me into doing it. And I didn't think that I would get accepted because I have a history of endometriosis and PCOS and high blood pressure and pregnancy and stuff. So because of all of those reasons.
I love that you just like, I'm going to try anyway.
Well, yeah, okay. So like because of all those reasons, I was like, well, okay, that's not going to happen. But she was like, yeah, she was like, just sign up anyway. Like, the worst that's going to happen, they're going to tell you now. I was like, you know what, fuck it, whatever, fine. Like, but I was like, I told him, I was like, okay, but pause. Like, so I was like, I told him, I was like, pause. Like, what if this actually, like, happens? What if I actually get accepted for this? Like, we're going to have a real conversation about the fact that I could be a surrogate. And he was like, do it. I mean, I don't care. That would be really cool. All this kind of stuff. So I was like, okay. And I mean, there also is, like, you can't be blind to the financial aspect of it either. Like, there is a large financial compensation attached to that as well that is attractive when you're looking at becoming a surrogate. And so, but I was just like, okay, well, I don't even think it's going to happen. I don't think I'm going to get accepted. And so I signed up, and the agency called me back, and they were like, hey, so Here, we'll pause it for a second.
So the question that I wanted to ask is, Michael, what was it? Oh, when you signed up and when you found out?
Oh gosh. Okay. So, well, okay. The agency called me right away, and they were like, we'll take you on, but it will be up to the clinic's patient or not. And so I was like, okay. And each clinic is different based on, you know, which clinic the individual or the intended parents are using. So I was like, okay. So the first that I matched with, it was a couple in New Hampshire, and they were great. They had a really sweet story, sad story, sweet story. They had 1 baby, and then she went to try for another baby, and she had emergency hysterectomy, and she was like profusely bleeding and like internal bleeding and all that kind of stuff. So she couldn't have babies anymore. So they saved her eggs during that procedure, and that's what they were trying to have. They loved me, I loved them, everything was great, and then their clinic denied me because of my history with PCOS and endometriosis. And so I figured that would kind of happen, so I was like, okay, and I was like, just kind of keep my hat in the ring, but whatever, if a match ever comes along, then cool. If not, then that wasn't ever meant to be. And probably about 4 months go by, And I'm getting these emails, and there's an email from my agency about couples. And there's an email that comes by, and it was like this gay couple in Hawaii. And I was like, oh, that would be fun to be a surrogate for them. And so I texted my liaison with the agency, and I was like, hey, throw my hat in the ring for this, like, just like to see if I would get accepted. And she's like, are you sure? Like, you know, there's like other stipulations that come with being a surrogate for a gay male couple. And I was like what? And she was like, you have to sign like FDAs for like AIDS. And I was like, I don't give a shit. All that's going to be like, it's all going to be medically screened. Like, I have no problem with it. And apparently like there's a whole thing around being a surrogate for gay men that really? There's like a stigma, and I think it's bullshit, but I like, whatever. So I was like, I don't have a problem with signing whatever waivers or I have to sign, like throw my hat in the ring for it. And she was like, okay. And so I didn't get accepted for that couple, but I was like, okay, I think I really want to. That kind of like sparked my interest of being a surrogate for a gay male couple. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, well, that's what I want to my target interest as. And she was like, that actually really narrows it down and kind of puts you at the top of the list, because not a lot of women are just openly, willingly to do that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. And she was like, are you willing to carry multiples? And I was like, I mean, fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, do I at least get paid? Like, I mean, not to be money hungry, but like, that's like...
If I'm carrying a whole another...
Yeah, that's like a lot on your body and like all that kind of stuff. Like, I would like want compensation for that. And she was like, oh yeah, you get paid, you know, compensation for that and stuff. I was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, then I'll carry multiples. And she was like, okay. And she was like, well, we think we might have a match for you. And I was like, no way. And it was a couple that was in Atlanta, Georgia. And we did a meet and greet. It was kind of like, the whole process is kind of like Tinder. Like, you have to read their profile, they read your profile, you both have to swipe right on each other, like, you know. So then we had our match meeting, and we just clicked. I mean, the way that me and you did, just like so instantly clicked on every topic. We agreed. Like, there was just like, it was perfect. And so we just kind of decided, we're like, okay. And so then we had another follow-up match call, and then we sent my my medical stuff to their clinic. And I was like, okay, well, this is where I got denied last time. So like, and they knew that that was a possibility. And their clinic accepted all of my medical stuff, and like my history with the blood pressure, with everything. He was like, we'll just keep an extra eye on you, but like overall you're like very healthy right now, so like there's no problems at the current moment. And so I was like, okay. And so yeah, we just started the process, and from there to getting pregnant was probably about 8 months. We had to go through a lot of like lawyer litigation, like contracts in place, like they couldn't just disappear, and I couldn't run away with their babies. Yeah, like family court stuff, all kinds of things, birth certificates, all of that. Because I'm not on the birth certificates, I'm not anything. I had to like sign away my full rights to these children, and I was like,
yes,
I couldn't sign that one fast enough. Not that I don't like, I love these babies, but they are not mine. Like, they literally have none of my DNA whatsoever. I was literally just like, it was an extreme, I call it the most extreme form of babysitting. That's what I consider.
Yeah.
So one of my belly buddies is what I called them. Yeah. And like, after both of my pregnancies, like, I miss being pregnant. I had like the phantom kicks, and like, you know, there's like all of that. And like, but after the twins, it was just so different. I was just like, cool, no babies. Like, I'm done being pregnant. It was like, it was the best postpartum experience fucking ever.
Do you remember, Michael, do you remember when Shae first mentioned it to you, or like, what was your initial thoughts? Were you like for it straight away, or were you a bit like...
I didn't care. I mean, it's something she wanted to do.
He is literally the most supportive husband in the fucking world.
Literally.
And we love him for it. I love you.
Oh, cutie guy.
It's what she wants to do. If I say no, she's still gonna do it anyways. So why am I gonna say no anyways?
and like, what was it like supporting her through that? You know, like, it's
I mean, It was.
I would be
weird.
like, "Hey, babe, they're kicking," and he'd be like, "Cool."
Yeah,
but when I was
I had
pregnant with
no
our
attachment.
boy, yeah, but like when I was pregnant with our boys, I'd be like, "Hey, babe, the boys are, Luke's kicking." He'd be like, "Oh, let me feel." Like,
Yeah.
it was just
it's very different, I guess, supporting a partner and
But if I said, "Hey, my feet hurt," or "Hey, my back hurts," or "Hey, I need a drink of water," like immediately a tentative. That's where it was like. That's where the difference was. Like, it was the same. Okay, so I kind of related back to.
Can you train another one for me?
I cheat.
Took work to get
It's
here.
like a Michael training camp.
You got 27 years. I got you.
Or just the
From birth to now.
No, or just the traumatic past like few years that we've worked to get.
Okay,
here.
so the past 15 years. Got you.
What about the boys? How did you explain it to them that you were how did you explain to them that you're pregnant? Obviously, it would be interesting for Luke because, he went through you being pregnant with Colin and being like, oh yeah, this baby's coming home. And then it's like,
So he was 4 when the babies were born.
mm-hmm.
So he didn't really have like a full understanding of like the fact that I was pregnant and like what that all meant anyway. And we specifically did not talk about a baby coming home. Like that was not something that and when Cohen was born, he was
2.
2. No, he was about to turn 2.
No, because they're
He had just turned 2.
2 years and 2 months.
Yeah. So he had just turned 2 when Cohen was born. So he definitely wasn't paying attention at that time and had no idea what was going on.
Sure.
Is he your chip tooth in the front?
Poor baby, she's born.
But anyways, so he was way too young to understand what was going on with Cohen. And then even if he did kind of understand what was going on with the twins, we specifically made sure that we never talked about him we never said any type of sibling. We never said mommy's like pregnant with babies. We never said brother, sister. We never said coming home with a baby. We specifically like just eliminated all of that language and that vocabulary.
Did the surrogacy clinic give you any tips or the sort of
No, there were some
just-
books. There were some surrogacy books that I had read on like being a surrogate with like kids, and I was in a surrogacy support group on Facebook with other moms who and actually, I mean, you have to. I mean, pretty much everyone who is a surrogate is a mom, actually, because one of the requirements of being a surrogate is having at least one child of your own.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they want to know how your body reacts to being pregnant.
Of course.
Yeah,
So interesting, because in Australia they're pushing for. Because it's illegal to get paid for.
Okay.
In Australia, it's illegal to get paid for surrogacy. So then that creates a big. Okay, how much did you make? Next topic. Okay, next topic. Surrogacy and money. Dollar bills. I know you guys are all thinking dollar bills. How much did she make?
Okay, so what was in my contract, the base number in my contract was $55,000. I made around so I had to get put on bed rest because of like issues. We don't need to shake this, but I had to be put on bed rest because of issues with my blood pressure and stuff, which the surrogate parents knew going into it that was going to be a possibility and stuff. Like everyone was well informed of my previous pregnancy past. Like I did not hide anything. I was like, hey, so cool, you want me to have a baby for you, but if you want me to have a baby for you, I'm gonna be very fucking honest, because I know like miscarriages and shit happen, and like I want y'all to like be fully aware of my past, and it's like I can't be blamed if something happens. And then which so they everyone was fully informed. Shit, where was I going? What was the question?
It was about
The money.
the money.
Yeah, so because of that, I had to be on bed rest for a little bit, and I was in the hospital, and I had to have like a few extra procedures done and things, and I had a C-section. So because of like lost wages and bed rest like fees that were already in the contract, like there was a stipend amount that I got every week just for the simple fact of being on bed rest, plus wages of that. So my work was contract work, so we did all the math on that with the lawyers and everything, and it was all agreed upon, and got pregnant. So in total, I made roughly $74,000 being a surrogate, and like that was a huge number for us. That was like life-changing. That was literally
in my truck.
I bought a truck. We paid off almost every single one of our debts. We just had smaller debts. We paid off with the sale of our house when we moved here. And then, we like renovated our house ready for sale.
It's incredible that you're able to give someone that gift and then you're able to be compensated for it as well. Like that's a problem in Australia where surrogacy, it's illegal to be paid for it. Then, there's definitely a demand for it. It needs regulation, obviously.
I think it needs regulation because it can be taken advantage of. And I do understand why, I understand why people see it like human trafficking and all of that kind of stuff. Like there's a whole negative stigma around surrogacy and that context. And that's why they allow people to get paid for it. Most of the time is doing with human rights and kind of stuff. I don't know. I think it's when you do it in a way that I did, which was a very pure reason. It wasn't for hurting children or other people. It wasn't for I wasn't making hundreds of thousands of dollars on this. It wasn't some bankroll, it wasn't it was life-changing for us, but it was also life-changing for them. It was as equally life-changing and it was mutually beneficial. And when it's something like that it's it's a beautiful outcome. And there's two very happy children who are very, very loved by their dads and their family and their supporters. And I don't feel like I'm missing anything in my life. And that helped spring our life into action to be able to come here. And this is our fulfilled life out of that. It was such a beautiful, incredible thing. And I think when you do it in that respect, the money is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, though, they can take advantage of it. And I've seen it in the Facebook groups where women are like, hey, how much do you think I could get if I switch to this agency? And I am a surrogate X amount of times and I agree to do triplets and yada. They're trying to squeeze every bit of ounce. And they're like, what job can I apply for now? So when I have to go on bed rest, they can pay me max. I've seen the snakes out there. It's pretty rough. And I understand why there is such a bad stigma around it. But there are honest and good people out there.
Well, not only even people, I guess also the agencies is such a potential.
Oh, yeah.
Because...
Well, but the thing with there's not that many regulations on surrogacy that you can do private. You don't have to go through an agency. Mm-hmm. You can do one-on-one, and it actually saves the intended parents shit tons of money because they're not having to pay agency fees.
Yeah.
But going through an agency is how I got certain guarantees and protections, how they got certain guarantees and protections. I would never go outside of an agency, but also I'm not sitting here trying to scam people out of money just for them. So that's also the biggest difference.
Yeah. There's so many things I didn't think about. Obviously I knew people were sort of milking the system. How much do you think was the agency transparent about their fees, what they were getting versus what you were getting?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what percentage did they make?
They got, I think it was 10% the agency makes off of it. And honestly, a lot of it is going to pay doctor fees and agency, company working fees, all of that. But my agent liaison makes 10% from me being her client. And if the intended parents also go through the agency, they don't have two agencies working together, if they all go through a single agency, that saves money because you're not having, so then that's a less percentage so then it's 5 and 5, split between the intended parent and the surrogate. So we get a little more compensation if the yeah, so there's all kinds of different ways that they work it. But my liaison though still got her base salary. So yeah. But she was on call 24/7. Anytime I had any single question or I felt a weird kick or whatever, I texted her and she was right there. Mm-hmm. So her job is 24/7 on call for an entire and honestly before the pregnancy too, and after, and up to 3 months after the pregnancy. So it's a year and a half that I was on call with this girl. Mm. And so, she deserved the money that she was making. Yeah. So, and she was handling every single issue. If there was a billing issue, she handled it. If I needed to ask the doctor a question, she handled the messaging. She was on top of her shit. It was really, really incredible to work with the agency and it was such a healing pregnancy experience because not only did I get to kick back and relax the entire pregnancy, on top of that I was also getting paid, but then after I gave birth, I got to hand over an incredible gift and like watch this family be born.
How was that moment?
So I didn't get to actually see it in person because I had a C-section, and as soon as they got the second one out of me, I was like, and I didn't come to until we were in the recovery room. But they got to go to the NICU and everything with them, and I got to see the pictures, and the pictures are like one of the sweetest freaking moments. Yeah, afterwards I did get to like meet the babies, and
you followed them on social media.
Yeah. So this was like right when they were born.
Oh my goodness, they're so cute.
Yeah, so this is like right when they found out. So I think these are like, it's so sweet. They were so excited. I'm like tearing up watching it again.
So special.
It was like really,
they're pretty chunky. Like,
yeah. So one was 5 and one was like, still makes me tear up.
They're born on April 1st as well.
Yeah, I know. They were like, okay, so I had to have a C-section. They were like, please, any date but April 1st. Doctor was like, April 1st. I was like, please, can I like choose another? Oh yeah, I wanted to post this, but they were like, no, not with the faces.
Happy birthday.
No, it wasn't. But
there's happy birthday.
What's your birthday?
I love that. Oh my god. We'll cap it off with the, oh yeah. Oh wow.
That is my C-section.
Wow.
Like,
yeah, that's
in action.
Wow.
Doctor posted that. They asked Michael, they were like, do you want to look? And he was like,
I was like, nope, I'm good. I was looking at her the entire time. I checked. Babies were, I was like, all right, cool. Don't care. You good?
Well, thank you for that conversation. If anyone has any questions, please leave them below. And I'd be happy to see a collaboration with them. Maybe Shae will do some more videos if you've got anything more you want to go into detail about. And yeah, thank you for watching. Oh my gosh. That's so amazing.
Oh, here, one of the most, I don't know if this happens in Australia, but I think it's super beautiful. It does not happen in the United States, or at least,
you look so different
from. Yeah, I know. But around here, when your kid has a birthday, they also tell you happy birthday.
Really?
I think that's super sweet.
That is sweet. That is sweet.
You want to, hey, wait, hold on.
Wait, we'll